Fam, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit the bell whenever we go live. 17 shows throughout the week. Birds are in the playoffs, and there's going to be a lot of haters on tonight. I feel it. Indianapolis sucks.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck like oh, this thing he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Flight Zone, brought to you by A2D Radio. It's always fun here doing shows on this platform. Definitely the best in the business. As always, Flight Zone is brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. A lot of Cowboys fans need this, so make sure you check it out. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. We got a lot to digest from this weekend. We got a lot to digest tonight. We got the Sixers at Houston. They're currently up by, I believe, 10 points right now. We got, obviously, the college football playoff final, a rematch between Georgia and Alabama of this year and about 4 years ago when Devontae Smith caught a game-winning touchdown against Georgia. Right now we got 9-6. It's been a defensive struggle, a field goal game. And I know a lot of us here on the platform hate kickers. I'm hoping to see some touchdowns over the next 2 quarters. That's a defensive battle. If you love defensive football, if you love hard-nosed, smacky in the mouth type of football, this is the game for you. And we had kind of the complete opposite last night, probably one of the greatest football games I've ever seen in my life. Justin Herbert earned a lot of respect for me. He's everything that I thought Carson Wentz is. We'll get into number 2 down up in Indianapolis, though.
Yep.
Later on in the show, I'm sure he's going to be somebody's loser because he definitely cost them a playoff spot in two consecutive weeks. And you guys were right. He's not that good. So we'll get into that later on in the show. But first, Eagles are in the playoffs, and the poll kind of ties into the biggest factor in that. And the poll, remember, the poll always brought to you by poll always brought to you by Body Check Wellness. Body Check Wellness is a line of products that promote balance, wellness, and recovery by using the full potential of hemp. They come in extracts, blends, gummies, and topicals. Use the promo code A2D for 25% off your order at bodycheckwellness.com. Poll for the night. Nick Sirianni was a top 5 coach in the NFL this season. Agree or disagree? I mean, I think it's quite obvious. I thought the guy was a top 3 coach in the NFL this season. He came into this season. Your general manager, your owner, in the past has always been a pass-first type of offense. They've built this offense to be a pass-first type of team. That's why you trade it back and then trade it back up to get probably one of the best receivers in the draft in Devontae Smith. I mean, arguably you could say Chase or Waddle. I don't think you could go wrong with any 3 of them. But you drafted a wide receiver in the top 10. You rebuilt the offensive line to try and keep your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, whatever you want to call him, your second-round quarterback, keep him protected and throw the ball to Devontae Smith. You re-signed Dallas Goedert to a monster extension so that he could throw the ball, so that Jalen Hurts can throw the ball to Dallas Goedert. Like, you did all of this to try and prove to this fan base, prove to the NFL that you're a pass-first offense. At the end of the day, the quarterback just wasn't ready to throw the football. So the coach had to adjust. He had to adjust on the fly. He had to flip his entire script. He had to change his entire offense. And that's tough to do in the middle of the season. And you ended up going 7-3 over your last 10 games. And one of those games, you weren't playing any of your starters, and the Cowboys run up the score with their starters going into the fourth quarter. That's why they're a bunch of crumbs. That's why they're a bunch of losers. That's why they haven't won anything in 26 years. That's why they're going to be eliminated in the playoffs in the first round. Like all the Cowboys fans just bragging about the win, saying this, saying that. Oh my God, it's our year. It's a bunch of BS. I don't like the people that are saying it shouldn't matter. It's just the Cowboys. You already had a playoff spot. It kind of pisses me off. It left a bad taste in my mouth that we lost the way that we lost. But hey, if we end up winning in the first round and the Cowboys lose, then it'll just be that much sweeter. And what happened last week is fine. But when it comes to the poll, I'm going to agree. I'm going to fully agree. I'm even going to take it a step further and say he was a top 3 coach for all the things I just said. So.
Yeah, I also do agree. We'll come up with our rankings in a little bit, but we went from throwing flowers at the dude to making fun of his visor and all the numbers on his visor. We thought the numbers would fill up, and he had so many Sharpies. But I just think that he did adjust really well to Jalen Hurts' play style. I mean, when you go and play during the preseason games and you go and play during practice, Jalen Hurts may have been different. He may have been slinging it a little bit more, but once it gets game time, he wasn't doing that. So Nick Sirianni took initiative, did what he had to do to make us a playoff team like we are now, And I feel like that just deserves, with the roster we have, with the $34 million dead cap, I honestly do think Nick Sirianni is a top 5 coach, and that's not biasly speaking. I feel like he's a very underrated coach, and I feel like he's not getting the respect he deserves. But I do think he should be in the coach of the year talk, just like Frank said.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it that he should be in the coach of the year talk. If we want to get right down to it, we could get our list for our head coaches, our top 5 head coaches. I'll start with my number 1, and I think that's Vrabel down in Tennessee. He literally just that team plays to Mike Vrabel. He is a player's coach, but at the same time, it seems like he won't take any bullshit. His guys love to play for him. One of the few defensive-minded head coaches in the NFL that seem to succeed year in and year out.
Even on the side, I mean, it does help with Derrick Henry, but
it's a great balanced team, because even 3 years ago when Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill and AJ Brown were going off, his defense struggled a little bit. His defense was a middle of the pack defense, a very mid defense, but he was able to gain players, and they just play for him. They go out, they play for him. He was able to pick up Dante Foreman, able to run the offense still with Adrian Peterson for a little bit, Jeremy McNichols, Hilliard, all those guys just picked up the slack for Derrick Henry when he went down, and it seems like Derrick Henry is going to be playing in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty scary for some AFC teams.
Exactly. I think that whoever they play in the second round, it'll be the lowest seed. So the lowest they could go is 4. I think
that's the
Bengals.
Bengals are 4.
The Bengals are 4? Yeah.
The
Bengals are 4.
The Bills are 3, I believe, and then 2 is Chiefs.
Yep. So you'd either be playing the Bengals or the Raiders or the Steelers make it, but the Steelers aren't beating the Chiefs. And then you got the other playoff team and the Patriots. So if the Patriots beat the Bills, which possibly, it would be a Patriots versus Titans rematch. And then you got Belichick versus Vrabel again. I know the last time they played, Vrabel beat the doors off of Tom Brady, and that's what sent him to the All-Star team down in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And obviously we'll get to that later on in the show. I just want to see Tom Brady not play with a bunch of All-Stars and see what he actually does. So it's going to be fun to watch him play against the Eagles mid. You want to talk about a mid defense? The Eagles defense is mid. So let's see what Tom Brady can do against our Eagles.
You already know who I'm looking forward to watching, right?
Who's that? Alex Singleton versus Tom Brady?
I mean, that one's pretty good, but I'm thinking about our Pro Bowl cornerback. Let's see how our Pro Bowl cornerback plays against arguably a top 10 wide receiver. And
Yeah,
Mike Evans.
I mean, all he has is Mike Evans and then Rob Gronkowski, and I
Yep.
think you could just throw a lot of bodies at Rob, try and
Yep.
shut him down. It's obviously going to be hard because I don't know. It's going
It's
to be
going to be
Alex
hard to
Smith.
get to Brady. It is going to get hard to get to Brady because he has one of the fastest releases in the league,
Yeah,
and he usually finds people right away.
yeah.
And they have a pretty good offensive line too. So I feel like we'll be safe with the running game. I feel like our linebackers have improved drastically over the
Oh yeah,
last
T.J.
weeks.
Edwards. Yep, T.J. Edwards wasn't starting the last time we played Tampa Bay.
Yeah, and
And
you should be
seemed,
scared.
it seemed, yeah.
TJ Edwards is coming for it.
I mean, Alex Singleton has that complimentary linebacker next to him, and now they're one of the best duos in the league.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. They are. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I feel like it'll be. There's a lot of people calling for a potential upset, whereas like the
I think they'll
Cowboys.
cover.
I think so too. Was it
9.5. 9.5 is a big line.
Yeah. So, Mr. White.
Mr. Wing, first of all, we appreciate that. We always do. Appreciate the support, fellas. Mr. Wing, there's nothing I could say. I was waiting to do this later on in the show. Wasn't expecting to do it 11 minutes in.
Yeah.
But as always, I mean, I'm here to take the bullets tonight because I deserve it. I've gone head over toes for Carson Wentz and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has yet to play a basketball game for us this year. I'm still patiently waiting. I think he still will, but maybe that's just me being a hopeless optimist or hopeful optimistic. Is that what that term is?
Yeah. Hopeful optimist. That sounds good.
Whatever.
We're not. We don't.
I tried to sound sophisticated and I fucked it.
But yeah, Jay, you're own too, bud. You're own too.
What could I say?
These arguments 2 years ago, how they came.
I did a lot of losing this week, guys. A lot of losing. Went to the casino. Well, L. All the parlays I put in, L. Carson Wentz, L. Two fantasy football championships, L. You know, give me some break. Give a guy
maybe an Eagles win would be nice, right? With that.
Oh yeah, that'll cure everything. Winning cures everything.
Good, yeah, especially Tom Brady. I feel like if the Eagles do pull up the upset, I feel like, or if they even make it close, I'll be happy. You know, like if it's a blowout, then I'll be like, oh, like,
yeah. I don't
be happy, but
I would bet the house that we cover the 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you right now. Mr. Wink says, hello, boys. Man, how the mighty have fallen. Say a prayer for all the deer killed in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Carson Wentz played probably the worst game of football I've ever seen a quarterback play. And you guys have heard me say that I've said the same exact words for Jalen Hurts on more than one occasion. And just yesterday was just that third quarter was one of the worst performances I've ever seen a quarterback have. Now, everything about Week 18 up until last night's game was just atrocious. It was just a jerk fest of guys trying to break Fugazi records. I mean, you had the Cowboys trying to break every single record in the book. That's why they played their starters 3.5 quarters. Jamar
Didn't they lose a guy too? Didn't they lose an offensive lineman?
Yeah. That's what they get, you know. But they'll get bounced by the 49ers, a team that actually had to play yesterday to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, there was a few games that were good, and then last night's game was one of the best games of football I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's up there with the Rams and Chiefs a few years ago.
Yes.
That 40, where they scored almost 50 points, not combined, almost 100 points combined. But yeah, that was. I didn't really get to watch the Eagles game that much. I was out because I already knew what was going to happen. I knew they'd just put in the starters the whole game, but it's whatever.
Yeah. Jake, I feel you. That's a fat L. That's a huge loss. Tom says that we will win this week. There we go. What up, Troy? Yeah, Frank. He'll be in the Coach of the Year discussions. Andy, we feel you out there in Houston. They're actually going to put on the game now. It's halftime for the national championship, 9-6, I believe. Alabama's up. If you bet against Alabama, I apologize for you. Should have never done that because there's another L.
Yeah.
Alabama's winning this football game.
Mhm.
They could go to their sixth-string receiver, and in 4 years, he'll be a top 10 pick. So right now, I got 93-77. Philly is up in Houston. I know Joe had 21 points the last time I checked, and that was halfway through the second quarter.
Yep.
So
I want to get back to the Carson Wentz point real quick. I think that
we didn't even get to top 5 quarterbacks.
I'm not egging it on. I'm not egging it on.
I didn't even get to number 2 on my head
listen,
coach list. All right, go ahead.
Listen.
Go
All
ahead.
right. So the reason why Carson Wentz finally got exposed is because their running game got exposed. Their running game wasn't working, so they had to rely on Wentz. When you rely on Wentz too much, sometimes he gets a little antsy. I mean, dude, I'm not going to take any credit away from Jacksonville at all because I think they played a phenomenal game, which is kind of weird because like the fans were all in clown suits saying that the organization is terrible, which it is. It is. But I just think that Jags defense came up huge. They locked down Jonathan Taylor. They really did.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to say anything, yesterday was a total team loss, and the quarterback did nothing to help them. I mean, they have one weapon in Michael Pittman. T.Y. Hilton's burnt toast. Zach Pascal is always hurt. You got Doolin, who's a no-name wide receiver. I mean, you got Mo Ali Cox. You got Doyle. Like, you got a bunch of mid players with the exception of Michael Pittman that Carson's throwing to. And then when Jonathan Taylor has a bad day, the whole team has a bad day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, they had an injury-plagued offensive line all year. We'll see what happens next year, but I'm saying all these excuses for the Colts, but yesterday was a total team loss, and the quarterback did absolutely nothing to help because it was probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen a quarterback have. That game yesterday reminded me of an Eagles game of 2 years ago or last year, and it's not even close. Like you keep it rolling in the excuses for Wentz, but at the end of the day, like there's only so many excuses people can give you, my guy. Like there's nothing else to say. Like you choked your way out of a playoff spot. You needed to win one game over the past 2 weeks, and you lost at home against the Raiders, who had to fight for their lives last night to make it into the playoffs.
Yep.
And then you lose to one of the worst sports franchises in recent history, like yesterday.
No,
like it's
you're
bad.
right.
Like I don't care how bad the team looks around you. I don't care that your defense can't stop a running faucet against Trevor Lawrence, who's been struggling all year. Like step up and make a play, dude. That's why you're getting paid. So I'm not.
Give me your top five. Give me your top five.
I'm not. Let me just say, I'm not fully out on Carson. I'm gonna always cheer for him. I hope he has a bounce back year next year. But at the end of the day, he choked his way out of the playoffs, and he gave us a higher draft pick. So I'm grateful for that because I'm an Eagles fan. I'm not a Colts fan. I'm not a Carson Wentz fan. I pulled the trigger too soon on that Carson jersey. Yeah. So, all right, my top 5 head coaches this year. I have Vrabel, Zach Taylor, the Bengals. Then I got Nick Sirianni in the top 3, rounding out the top 3. It's just when you have a quarterback that really struggled throwing the football all year, with the exception of the last 2 games, and you're just able to reel out win after win after win after win, and the few losses that you had through that stretch were solely on the quarterback or a wide receiver that shouldn't have been drafted. It's tough to not have him in the top 3. I don't care what the schedule is. You play who's on your schedule.
Yep.
We'll see how real they are next year on a second place schedule. But yeah, Nick Sirianni by far, I have him in the top 3. I think he should be in the top 3. When you have the other coach that are vying for that third position, I mean, I got obviously Rich Bisaccia for the Raiders. He had to deal with basically everything thrown at him from that Raiders team, from Henry Ruggs to their Arnett, I believe the cornerback was, that had to get released. To John Gruden getting fired because of comments. Like, you had everything just thrown in your way. Like that
Mhm.
easily could have been a 5-12 football team, and he made it a 10-7 football team. You
Mhm.
give props to Derek Carr. You give props to that defensive line and Crosby and Ngakoue.
Yep.
But that it's just amazing, amazing to see what he did. And then rounding out my top 5 is Matt LaFleur, just because you got the top seed. I don't care if you got Aaron Rodgers. You got the top seed in a tough NFC, so you got to give him your props. And then on the outside looking in, I got Belichick at 6.
Okay. So ours is kind of similar. I got Mike Vrabel at number 1, obviously, because of the stuff that's happened. I mean, you're having the potential MVP go out and you still get the first seed. I think that's pretty big. I actually have Bill Belichick at number 2. I just think that with the roster he has, like it's not that great, but their defense is really good. You know, like he's Mac Jones. He's a system quarterback, like we said,
Yeah.
and like there's nothing to it. I think just Bill Belichick's always going to be a top head coach in the league. Number 3, Zach Taylor. Obviously, the Bengals have had a very inconsistent season, but they found a way to get it done, and now they are playing. Who are they playing in the first round?
Who?
The Bengals,
They're playing the Raiders.
the Raiders. That's going to be a pretty good game, I think. But I do think that part of Joe Burrow's success is the coach.
Yeah. I think Joe
Definitely.
Shiesty pulls out that game.
And whoever drafted, like the GM too.
Oh yeah,
Obviously for handing him Chase.
whoever chose Jamar Chase over Penei Sewell deserves a raise, because
We were slandering. We were
I
saying
was
that we were both slandering. I
yeah.
was saying that I think you it was just weird because I had a weird feeling because he was out for that one. He took a break that one season. I just felt some
Yeah.
type of way about it, but
Mhm.
he's showing that he's legit. So, number 4, I got Matt LaFleur. Enough said. Probably the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Probably the favorite to win it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he has Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
And
I'll tell you one
yeah,
thing. I'll tell you one thing. I think the Rams are getting out of the NFC.
really.
Yep. I think the Rams are gonna go up to Lambeau and beat Aaron, and then Aaron's gonna fight his way out, and wherever
I
he
can't
goes,
see
that's where
that.
Devontae's going.
See, I can't see that though. The only reason why, because like Matt Stafford, he was showing me glimpses of Lions Matt Stafford,
Oh,
like
your hero?
2016.
Your hero? Your
Yeah,
hero,
I
Lions
did
Matt
like him,
Stafford?
dude. No, I did like him. And to be fair, Matt Stafford, his whole right arm is better than Carson Wentz's career. So
Wow. It's just
I'm
gonna
just playing.
continue all day, isn't it?
I'm just playing. But number 5, I got Nick Sirianni. I just think that I already explained it a lot. I just think that he just I'll just like he's letting the flowers bloom of the
Okay.
season. And yeah.
I mean, ever since we planted those seeds in that interview, we've gone.
Yeah,
What have we gone?
they're
7 and
blossoming.
6-2, I think. Or
Yep,
7-2.
they're blossoming. Now it's time to harvest them, right? It's time to harvest them. They're ready.
I'm telling you, just as long as we don't get blown out and we're in the game, this season is a success.
No, for
If
sure.
we get blown out and the season depends on Jalen Hurts trying to keep up with Tom Brady and he's unable to do it, the season's a failure.
Yeah.
And I've seen enough, and it's time to find a quarterback.
Yeah.
You guys can call me a hater all you want. We've been put in this position without Jalen having to use his arm. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to need one of these games at some point where Jalen Hurts is going to need to drive us down the field in the fourth quarter, like Justin Herbert did multiple times last night. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, where
Yep.
you needed a touchdown and all you were doing was throwing the football. I think he threw the football 68 times last night.
Yeah, it was something crazy. Yeah. It was
It's
something
just, it
like
was
that, yeah.
unfreaking believable. It was
Mhm.
probably the best game I've ever seen a quarterback put out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like, literally left everything on the table.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying Jalen needs to have a game like that, because that was one of the best games I've ever seen a quarterback play. But
Mhm.
Jalen's going to need to show us something like that at some point if we want to advance far in the playoffs.
Yep.
And I'm not even saying that it needs to be this year. But if you build a team next year and you're legitimate NFC East contenders and you're close to becoming NFC conference contenders, Jalen's going to need to start winning football games with his arm.
Mhm.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Xavier, still putting Wentz over Hurts after that absolute embarrassment from Carson. I don't know if that's a question, but if it is, to answer it, I mean, I'm up in the air. At the end of the day, Carson can still throw the football better than Hurts. But, I mean, Hurts,
To the other team.
Hurts is, I don't know. I mean, you still want to look at the stats. If everybody wants to look at stats,
The
they're around
stats.
the same. They're around
Yeah.
the same this year, so we'll see what happens. But I don't want to make this about Carson versus Jalen.
Mhm.
For our sake, I hope, for everybody's sake, for Philadelphia Eagles fans everywhere's sake, I hope Jalen Hurts turns into the guy. But it'll show me a lot if he needs a drive with his arm and he does it tomorrow, it'll show me a lot.
Mhm.
It really will.
Yeah. I just think that we need to take advantage of the Bucks they're missing a lot of guys. So I think you need to jump on that.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't cover the 9.5. It's a lot of
Mhm.
points. It's a 2-possession game.
Yep. And the reasoning why I see Mr. Winning commenting like Bengals lost to the Jets, I feel like
Titans lost to the Jets.
yeah.
What's up, Molly Mall? Are
But
you
I was just
happy?
yeah.
Is Molly
No,
Mall happy about that win on
oh
Saturday?
he was probably jumping for joy.
He was
I can't
probably
wait to get on that flight zone. Go comment the score or something. Nah, he's not like that. He's actually
he's a cool
one of the
Cowboy
better
fan, but
ones.
I'm wondering if he was like rubbing his Dak Prescott stuffed animal throughout the whole game.
But no, I think that when I said my top 5 coaches, I think that that they've proved throughout the season how they're a good coach. I mean, obviously the best coaches will win you all those games, but I feel like it's bigger if you go through the season, make those changes, and then implement them into a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Son, I don't want to see any Justin Herbert slander today. That'll
Dude's
just be that was just unbelievable. I mean, you have your right tackle being absolutely eaten up by Max Crosby. Pause. Like throughout the entire, like he was getting up off his ass every single fucking play, and he converted, I think, 4th and 10s on that drive, or 4th and 9 and above on that drive,
Mhm.
and then you tie the game to go into overtime, and then your team doesn't get the ball first, and your defense is continuing to let up yard after yards after yards to Josh Jacobs, get a
Mhm.
field goal, and then you have the nerve to drive back down the field and tie it up again. Like it was one of the best quarterback performances I've ever seen in my entire life. The best
Mhm.
game I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
How about that absolute like troll job that the Raiders did? They made it look
Yeah.
like when I watched it, I thought they were just going to let the time run out, but they're like,
Well,
nah,
I
no.
mean, that was all on the coach. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't see how
Why
you
you call
can
timeout?
call a timeout in that situation.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. Molly
Never
Mall,
mind.
it helped you face the red hot 49ers. So good luck with that. By the way, 49ers money line all the way. 49ers money line and parlay that with the Eagles covering the spread. You can win a lot of money. Win a lot of
I'm
money
wondering
this
what the over under is for Debo Samuel's receiving yards against Trayvon Diggs. I
I don't
mean,
know.
dude has the most yards given up, but the most interceptions.
It's tough. It's tough to ever slam the over on Debo's receiving yards just because you don't know how they're going to use them any given day.
They might run it. They might make him a runner.
I mean, I maybe
So,
slam the over or slam 2 touchdown performance from Debo. I could see that happening.
yep.
But
I mean, at the end of the day, Debo Samuel is a strong guy who's like thick from the waist down, right? As Joe Buck said, what was that? Joe Buck said that.
Joe Buck said that. I have the exact quote. I have the exact quote because I copied it word for word and texted it to you. It was horrible. What did he say?
Thick wide receiver who is powerful from the waist down.
Joe Buck needs to watch his fucking tone. You're gonna make somebody act up. That was horrible.
jeez.
That was just hilarious when I heard that. I was like, "Whoa,
He
buddy,
ain't
buy him
lying.
dinner first." Yeah.
That's funny shit.
Xavier, Eagles' future so damn bright and it's exciting as hell to watch a young team with draft capital and cap freedom. No matter the outcome of Tampa, this year is a W considering playoffs arrive 2 to 3 years early. If we get routed on Sunday, this year is not a success because as the weeks progress, the expectations need to also rise up. I'm expecting us to not lose by 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
I need it to be at least one possession. I need it to be a football game come fourth quarter because if we want to talk about what happened yesterday, the Panthers had it as a one possession game with 8 minutes left. They end up losing by 24 points, but Sam Darnold kept them in the football game. The Jets handed Tom Brady a W because they wanted a higher draft pick. I don't care what anybody says.
Mm-hmm.
Jets were tanking. Like they have been struggling, and Tom Brady has been known over the past few years to struggle when he doesn't have weapons around him. That's why he left New England. He didn't have any weapons around him. So he goes down to Tampa Bay with a Pro Bowl team. He has all pros on every single position, every single positions, on offense and defense.
Yep.
From the offensive line to the freaking safeties. I mean, you have Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, Cameron Brate, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Who's the other receiver? Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Like Carson Wentz couldn't even have messed that up.
Yeah. Maybe.
Jalen Hurts couldn't have messed that up.
Yep.
And people want to say that, he had the same team. The Tampa Bay Bucks were the same team before he got there. No, they weren't. They didn't have Leonard Fournette. No. They didn't have Antonio Brown. They didn't have Rob Gronkowski. Those are three guys, three massive names.
Mm-hmm.
Huge names. So to say that they were the same team, get a clue. Stop sucking off Tom Brady every fucking minute that you get. like I don't understand where all the Tom Brady love came in all of a sudden. Yeah, for sure. You could give him his praise, but why do we have to go overboard? Like over the past year and a half, that's all I've been hearing. Oh, we got to appreciate this guy's greatness. No, you don't. Screw him.
Yeah.
It honestly pisses me off. It's like saying that, look at how great that Cowboys team was in the 1970s and the 1990s. Get a clue. You don't need to praise this guy every fucking minute that you get.
Yep.
It pisses me off. It honestly does, like, ruffle my feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arizona, Arnold Palmer, half and half. It's the wave.
Sixers up 107 to 80.
Yeah, I'm turning this off.
With 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. They're crushing the over. They're covering.
Yeah, they were what were they? They were 10.5, I think. Doesn't matter. The Bucks screwed me tonight. So there's another L. Just take an L after L.
Yep. Hey, we play the Hornets on Wednesday. We should be careful.
Bucks. Yeah, it's tough.
What do you think about Seth Curry's injuries? I just think that ever since he got here, he has been riddled with injuries, like nagging his ankle. He has ankle issues.
Yeah, he has ankle issues. I mean, that's every basketball player that's been in the league for 8 years. They always go through a little 2 to 3 year stretch where they're just, when you do all that running for how many years, just running up and down the court for basketball, it
wear and tear, man.
It's wear and tear. So I think he'll bounce back. He'll be fine come playoff time. We're about to be on a 7-game win streak now. So we'll see what happens. But I think you're going to get one more piece for that starting lineup. I don't know if it's trading Ben. We'll get into that later on in the show. But guess what? Apparently, Shams is reporting that Atlanta has some interest in Ben Simmons.
I bet you they would laugh at us if we offered Ben for a trade. They would laugh.
I'm just saying. They
are struggling
this year.
I don't want Herter, Reddish, and 2 first-round picks. That's not what I want.
I'd take Bogdanovich. I would take Bogdanovich, Reddish, Herter for first round draft picks, and Ben Simmons. I would do that.
Would you trade Furk?
Yes,
We gotta keep.
I would trade Furkan Korkmaz.
I can't see him in any other
for-
jersey though. I can't see him in any other jersey. Maybe a Kings jersey.
You're treating this guy like he's Allen Iverson reincarnated. Like he has 25-point performances against the Houston.
He's Kyle Korver light.
I don't want to talk about the Sixers right now. We'll talk about the Sixers later. It seems like we're still on Tom Brady. Dan says, I mean, he did it for New England for years with not much for weapons, so I don't blame Tom for wanting a team stacked with weapons. I mean, you had one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history in Rob Gronkowski for how many of your Super Bowl rings? You always had a top 5 defense. You had the greatest coach of all time in any sport by your side. And all of this shows in his Super Bowls. He's only won half of the Super Bowl MVPs that he's won, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you had 2 Super Bowls handed to you, literally gifted to you on a golden platter.
Mm-hmm.
In Atlanta, just completely. I still think the fix was in on that. That 28-3 with 2 minutes left in the third, and you blow that lead. Are you shitting me?
They're throwing money somewhere. I don't know. That is.
And then when you want to talk about that Seattle Super Bowl, you have 2nd and 1 on the goal. 2nd and 1 to go on the goal line. You have 1 timeout left with 44 seconds left. Marshawn Lynch gives you a 4-yard run to get there, and you don't give it right back to him? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, Danny Amendola's putting up 7 catches for 100 and something yards with 2 touchdowns with Davis Mills as quarterback yesterday. But yeah, scrubs. Come on, Dan. He didn't have scrubs. Look, I don't want to be a hater of Tom Brady. I also don't want to praise him every fucking second that I see that I can get in life. It's like I don't wake up and take a sip of water and I look up to the sky and I say, oh my God, I can't believe I had the pleasure of watching Tom Brady all these years. No, I don't do that. I don't do that like some people.
Do you have that with LeBron James?
No. I mean, I used to be a huge LeBron fan, and then I just bad taste in my mouth after the Mickey ring, and then going to LA and forcing AD to gum with him. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah. Everything about the way how he left Cleveland the second time. So I kind of lost my respect for him as a basketball player there.
That wasn't my. It was.
But when he was with Miami and when he was with Cleveland the second time, I loved him. But I didn't wake up every morning and thank God for giving me the pleasure to watch him every morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Mickey and A. Disney.
Yeah, terrible. Don, I'm a reformed man. Carson Wentz sucked yesterday, and he gave us a better draft pick. There's nothing else I can say.
Don switching up the profile picture, took the Michigan out. Sorry, my guy.
Is that Dan Campbell on the Seahawks?
Yeah. Wait, is it Seahawks?
I think so.
Or is that the Colts? Oh, it says Lions. No, it's Lions. That's funny.
Yeah, Dan, Mr. Wing says he had Edelman, Wes Welker, Troy Brown, obviously Randy Moss for that year where they choked against the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Chris Hogan was a pretty solid player. Brandon Cooks was a pretty solid player.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Would you say he had more help than Rodgers his whole career?
I mean, when you look at Aaron Rodgers, the beginning of his career was Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, early Jordy Nelson, early Randall Cobb, all throughout their careers. And I think Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb were unbelievable with Rodgers. But then you got to see who made who great. I think you had 2 great players that just happened to find each other.
Yeah.
And then you had Devontae Adams all that time.
Yep.
Next to Devontae Adams throughout the end of Jordy Nelson, who did he have? I mean, he had
Oh,
Geronimo
no.
Allison.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, just scummy names. Richard
Yeah.
Rodgers catching Hail Marys for him all the time.
Yeah. Now where is he? He's on the Eagles. He's on the Eagles, what? Practice squad?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I hear you there. I just don't like how he approached the whole going to LA thing. Am I bitter that he didn't come to Philly? Of course. But the way he just handled going to LA, I didn't like. So
Yeah. Like he thought it was the decision part too. Like we all knew you wanted to go live in LA and all that. Like you're
yeah,
not special.
definitely. What's up, Brian? How we doing, Wills? All right, let's get to we got our head coaches down. Let's do some quarterbacks, our top quarterback. Let's I'm sorry, teams. Let's do our team. We already did our quarterbacks. Did we do our quarterbacks yet?
We did our quarterbacks last week, but some may have changed.
Yeah, let's readdress quarterbacks real quick. Then we'll do teams, and then we will give our predictions for the Eagles Bucks, and then we will talk about this college football playoff final because it's a defensive battle right now. 9-6, I believe. Still, I haven't really been paying attention since halftime ended, but
Super Bowl 53 vibes.
yeah,
That's what I'm feeling.
13-3, another Super Bowl where Tom Brady didn't get MVP.
Nope.
Did he get MVP that year?
The kicker did, I think.
No, it wasn't the kicker.
Oh, it was Danny Amendola or Edelman. It was Edelman.
Edelman got MVP that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 13-3 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, the guy always finds a way to win, but
They couldn't give it to the kicker. That'd be so disrespectful to Brady. I think that would be disrespectful. They think.
fuck
to
it.
him.
You
Yeah.
put up 13 points against
Yeah.
a team that was supposed to just be an offensive team. I mean, Brady had all these great freaking defenses. He had Spygate. He had Deflategate.
Yep.
A lot of gates in Tom Brady's career.
Yep.
2 gates that led to 2
He's
Super
the gate
Bowls.
master.
Yeah, it's very stressful and it's very annoying how much people praise Tom Brady in this town all of a sudden.
Yep.
Just because he decided to leave New England. And it all started when he left New England to go to an all-pro team.
Mm-hmm.
Never understand it. Never understand it.
They just built around him.
Yeah.
Now what will Tom Brady do in the playoffs when you lose some of those players? We'll see.
Yeah. And you guys can say I'm talking shit and I'm causing us to jinx the Eagles of having a chance to winning. I don't really care because what I say has nothing to do with the game. Like, we could say that superstition all you want. At the end of the day, I don't like all the praise that I see from Tom Brady for Tom Brady in Philly, at least.
Yep.
I mean, I thought we were, we had a little bit more pride than that. But is this actually real life, Ben? There's a report that the Sixers aren't finding Ben anymore. Does that mean he's coming back? Nah, he's not coming back.
I don't know.
Look, we'll get to that later on in the show. We'll maybe make it our loser because Ben Simmons is the loser of the century. But if that's true, that's just horrible.
Yeah.
All right. Who are your top quarterbacks for this year?
Number one,
2018 season. 2021 season. Wow, I'm trying to rewind time.
Number one, I got Nick Foles. No, but number one, obviously Aaron Rodgers. I think he'll win the MVP along with it. I just think that it was kind of weird the first week when they lost. Like, they got absolutely just dismantled by the Saints, and he threw like 2 interceptions. He just didn't look like he wanted to be there. Mm-hmm. But then I just think he's been so consistent throughout the whole year, and he's just been finding his guys. Like him and Devontae Adams. I feel like you said it earlier. I think wherever Rodgers goes, Adams going with him. So, number 2, I got Mahomes. Mahomes it's not his best season, definitely not. It's probably one of his worst seasons, honestly.
Yeah,
but he's still great. He's still up there. He was very close with my number 3, which is Brady. I think they're definitely changeable if you wanted to, but Brady obviously has a lot of help around him, like you said. But nevertheless, still a great quarterback. Number 4, I got Herbert. After last night's game, I think it was just right to put him in the top 5.
Oh yeah,
And
he's arguably top 3,
yeah,
arguably over Brady.
yeah, he's been great. And number 5, I got Burrow. I
Joe
mean, a lot of
Shiesty.
people, yeah, a lot of people are gonna say, "Where's Allen? Where's this guy?" Allen's number 6 in my opinion right now, but Burrow is just like you almost broke the record for most yards in one game, and you finished off the season like great.
On
And
fire.
now,
Yeah,
yeah, and I think the Bengals are going to be one of the top teams in the AFC. I think they'll make it to the AFC Championship. To be honest, I don't know. We'll see.
it's a good
I
take.
just think Burrow can lead them there. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have. I think they are the 4th seed, so they'll be playing the Titans if they advance. Um, yeah, I mean, they have a chance to beat the Titans. I wouldn't put it past them, and then it would be Bengals versus Chiefs, I
Yep.
believe, because I don't think the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs. I don't think anybody's beating the Chiefs, but it'll be a hell of a matchup between Chiefs and Bengals again, a rematch
Yeah.
at um at Arrowhead,
Yep.
and see what happens.
We'll see. Yeah.
I don't think anybody's beating the Chiefs this year. I think it's the Chiefs are winning it all this year, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like that
Just
list.
their defense has came alive.
Yeah,
The Chiefs, like they were the worst defense, one of the worst defenses going in after
yep,
I think like week 6 or something like that. But after that, after they got done their bye week, I think no problem at all. No
yeah.
problems.
They made the adjustments, and that's Steve Spagnuolo, great defensive coordinator. Uh, maybe head coaching candidate somewhere.
Yeah.
Uh, see what
I mean,
happens.
you know what? So is Gannon apparently. So
Oh God, please somebody take him so that we could hire a Fangio or we could hire a Flores.
mhm.
And the fact that they fired Flores, we'll maybe
Yeah,
get to that in the last segment
loser,
of the show. But
loser.
and it's all because, and I think San said it earlier. San 8 said it earlier. I forget who said it. I'm sorry for the not giving you your due. But they said that Flores wanted to draft Herbert, but the owner wanted to draft Tua. And then once that happened, they were butting heads. Now, when you
Who is
see what
it?
happened last night with Herbert, was that firing this morning because Brian Flores might have said something to them that they didn't like?
Maybe. Just like
Hey,
I told you.
he's maybe gonna get a defensive coordinator job for 1 year. Maybe it's with us, and then
And he'll be a
our
head coach.
defense just goes off, and then he'll get another head coaching position somewhere.
Yep.
Because he really did a lot of good with a lot of bad at his quarterback position. I mean,
Hmm.
Josh Rosen was starting for him at one point.
Yeah. That that's bad.
Yeah, horrible. So, um, all right, my quarterbacks. I actually have the same 5, but in a different order. And after seeing some of the Tom Brady love in the chat, I'm going to shove Tom Brady lower on this list. I got Aaron Rodgers 1, Patty Mahomes 2, Herbert 3, Brady 4, Burrow 5, and then my 6 is Josh Allen. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen play in my life. Like just what he does on a consistent basis, week in and week out.
Hmm.
Like he does all this bitching in the offseason saying, "Oh, you don't give me enough, you don't give me enough." He's a weird dude, but at the end of
Hmm.
the day, he produces year in and year out. He goes to NFC Championship game year in and year out. Maybe
Yep.
this year he'll get over the hump again, and maybe he'll capture his second Super Bowl.
Hmm.
But it's unbelievable to see what they have done,
Yep.
what he has done over the past 10 years.
Hmm. I agree.
Um, for Mahomes at 2, yeah, probably his worst year yet. At the end of the day, they had a 8-game win streak at some point, or 7-game win streak at some point this season, and then Joe Burrow ended that streak. That's one of the main reasons why Joe Burrow is on this list.
Hmm.
But to start off the way that they did and to bounce back the way that they did and come up to the last week of the season vying for that number 1 seed. It's unbelievable to see what he does. He's still Patrick Mahomes. He's still probably going to go down as a top 10 player of all time. Number 3, I got Herbert solely for what I saw yesterday. I went to the game, Eagles versus Chargers this year. Herbert played out of his mind. And then last night, the second actual game I've ever seen Justin Herbert play, just full game from first quarter to overtime. Best performance I've ever seen a quarterback play in their entire life. Just unbelievable what he was doing on fourth down. And the fact that he came that close with a head coach that's holding him back like that, it says something. And that's why he'll be number 3 on my list. Tom Brady will be 4 just because, he's Tom Brady. You have to give him his due diligence. The guy's going to go down as one of the greatest players of all time in the sport, probably. I want to see if he can beat an Eagles team. I really do.
So do I.
Let's see what you got, Tom. Let's see what you got with just Mike. Let's see what you got with just Mike Evans and Rob Gronkowski and maybe Leonard Fournette. Let's see what you got. Asshole. And then Joe Burrow at 5. What he's done over the past 3 to 4 weeks is unbelievable. I put him slightly above Josh Allen just because of that. And that Bengals team is going to be good for years to come.
Yeah. Yeah, they got talent.
Yeah.
And it's weird because the Bengals offensive line wasn't that great last year at all.
Yeah,
because Burrow was getting crushed.
Yeah, they made a splash move in free agency for a guard. I think they drafted a lineman in the second round, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that's a quick rebuild,
Yeah.
You went out and got Joe Burrow's guy from LSU, Jamar Chase, and you and I were shitting on him in the preseason.
Yep.
We were wrong. We were wrong. And I honestly don't know how Penei Sewell did in Detroit. Maybe Don can tell us about that one. But I don't know.
He went to top 5 worst quarterback.
Top 5 worst quarterback.
Wentz has to be somewhere in there.
Stop. I don't know. I mean, why is Alvin Kamara on the Alabama sideline? Alvin Kamara went to Tennessee.
He's just handing out what is it? What does he always hand out? Those candy things. Airheads. He's handing out airheads on the sideline.
Yeah. No, was it Airheads or is it something else?
Or is it Skittles? No, Skittles was Marshawn Lynch.
Skittles was Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, it was Airheads.
I think it's Airheads, yeah.
The mystery flavor.
Jameson Williams coming back onto the sideline, no pads. By the way, I'm drafting Jameson Williams in the second round.
Who, the Eagles? You want him?
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he tore his ACL in the first quarter, but dude's a pimp. Draft him in the second round.
Yeah. Now, what would you do with these picks? Are you willing to trade one or no?
Yeah, I would think that you have to trade one.
To Jacksonville or something like that for theirs next year?
Yeah, maybe try and do that. Yeah. I don't think Jacksonville will do that just because they'll probably have a top 5 pick next year again.
Yeah.
But maybe trade it to a team like maybe the Dolphins again. Yeah. Fuck around with them. Give them a first-round pick. Tell them to give you one next year. And that organization is in shambles if they fired probably the best thing they got in that organization, Brian Flores, and they're riding with Tua again.
Yeah.
So
honestly, a team I can see that working with is like the Falcons. Say at the Falcons, they're looking at quarterbacks, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you trade probably our own pick, which will be in the 20s, and I think Pickett will be there. I think Corral would be there. Carson Strong will be there.
Yeah. I think some of those guys are going to be second-round picks, though, or maybe even third-round picks.
I mean, you had a lot of guys. There was a lot of reaches in the mid-20s to the early 20s and mid-20s this year. So I think teams will – I think one team will panic at around 15. Like maybe the Steelers will panic at, 19?
Yeah.
And then you'll see the flurry of quarterbacks start coming out. And then maybe you trade your, say, 22nd pick to a team like the Dolphins or not the Dolphins. if they not the Dolphins, like the Texans or something.
Yeah, I think Atlanta, Texans, maybe Broncos,
Washington.
Washington, the Lions. Yeah. I bet you Taylor Heineke goes and gets a job with the Lions next season.
Oh God.
I can see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ahmad Gardner is definitely Sauce. We call him Sauce. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think if we get Gardner from Cincinnati, he's going. See, I don't know because I think the way you just plugged in Steve Nelson into the scheme this year, like he did a fine job. Like he wasn't anything great, but he did a fine job. I think you should be more concerned with finding a safety, in my opinion. But if Gardner's in your hands at 16 or 15, I say take him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say maybe get another. I don't know. Do you get a what is it, Linderbaum from the center from Iowa?
Yeah.
Do you maybe think about getting him? I
Like
mean,
that's just like it has to do with the confidence you have in either Isaac Samalu, who's been hurt
oh yeah,
almost 3 years, or Dickerson.
he'll be that swing guard.
Or
I
Dickerson.
if you get Linderbaum or whatever the hell it's something Ball. I know that,
Alec
but if you get
Ball.
oh god, now I don't want him. Now I don't want him. Would you possibly because I know Pete, not Pete, somebody's for this. I apologize. I listen to a lot of freaking podcasts throughout the week, and there's somebody that I heard that would trade 2 of the picks to get up and get maybe a Aiden Hutchinson or a Thibodeau from Oregon.
It's intriguing. It is, but like they
I mean,
kind
that's a
of
game
remind me of the Bosa twins.
Yeah, but if you trade 2 of the picks, you would have a top 5 pick and then your own pick. Or you can maybe have your own pick and the 16 pick and trade in to get that top 5 pick.
I don't think so. Nah.
And then you would have that top 5 pick and one of the picks that you had remaining.
I don't know. I don't think I'll do that. I don't think so. Because I don't think they'll be a quarterback picked in the first 5 picks.
Yeah, but I don't want a quarterback. I want a DN.
Yeah, I know. I think that they're going to be already drafted in the top 5. I mean, wide receiver wise, you have a few guys on there, but I think the wide receivers will be taken kind of like this year's or last year's draft rather, or it's like 6 through 10, like later.
Yeah.
But there was a lot more quarterbacks to be drafted in this past draft, so I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sucks that there's no good quarterbacks in this draft. I wish there was, because then you could have possibly moved up and
I
then
don't know about that. I don't know if I wanted to waste another pick on a quarterback because
not to pick a quarterback, not to pick a quarterback because I'm all in the Hurts right now, but
okay,
just to move back some potential guys from teams that need a quarterback. So like if Aiden Hutchinson was going to be projected to be draft 5th, and then Carson Strong had a really good season or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean, you could maybe move up to 6 because that's where Carolina is right now.
mm-hmm.
And I think Carolina is in desperate need of a quarterback, and maybe you can give them one of your later picks, and they could draft a quarterback there and get some more value for it.
I mean,
And then
they
you
said
move
they
up to
wanted
6.
Minshew. How bad do you want Minshew? How bad do you want him?
You know how I feel about that. I mean, from what I saw, Minshew was doing a lot of stuff with a lot of bums on that offensive line on Saturday.
Mm.
I mean, to be able to keep the team in the game in the first look, I don't want to stir up any controversy. I know Jalen's the guy, but it was nice to see Gardner actively go after Devontae Smith. Like think about it. One drive, 4 catches, 40-something yards.
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't we see that all year? Why couldn't we see Quez Watkins get fed the way he got fed yesterday or Saturday? Why is it that it's just so hard to ask for that?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't want to stir up any controversy. I'm sorry.
You're good. Oh, JJ Ortega-Whiteside's out for the rest of the year. That's a major blow. Antonio Brown time? Yeah.
Oh God, that was bad.
All right. Should we
The
get into it?
reaction?
All right. I kind
The
of want to get into
reaction
that
we
just a
got from
little
it.
bit. Like a 5-minute segment.
What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about how
Would you? Because
after every?
honestly, I don't think you can anymore.
Well, you can't anymore. But would you
can't.
have?
Why not?
That's what both you and I were saying, and we were getting roasted for it.
Yeah.
And I hear everybody's point. At the end of the day, it was a maximum of 1 game. I'm sorry, a maximum of 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
You were going to keep him.
Yeah.
But why not sign him? Why not sign
Yeah.
him and try and go for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
A maximum of 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
What is the worst that could have happened?
Exactly.
But it is what it is.
Like, he couldn't have stored. Like, if you just, like, fucked around, then he can get kicked off. Like, if he did that right away, then you can kick him off. Who cares?
Yeah. What's up, Greg?
Who really cares?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it was smart not to do it just because you got a young locker room. And you don't want to cause any drama.
They would laugh it off, though. They would laugh it off because they know he's a bozo. Like,
yeah.
He literally walked off the field, like, half naked, running around. Like, I don't know. I just think that I know he's a psycho, but I feel like he could be our psycho. And it did help that we were playing Tampa week 1. I feel like he would have. I feel like that would have been interesting. Definitely.
He definitely would have helped you out.
Yeah.
Or he could have been a mole for his savior Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So you could look at it that way.
They did live together, so the
I don't know.
Antonio Gate.
I just feel like what is the worst that could have happened other than being eliminated in the first round and just letting him go after that? Alabama just keeps on dropping the fucking football. That's I keep looking up and I keep seeing drop balls.
My God.
Yeah, I don't know about Tom. I'm sorry. I don't know about Antonio.
Yeah, wow. You're right, Mr. Wayne. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Two first to Houston for the backup QB. Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, he's playing around. He's saying we're getting Davis Mills for 2 first-round picks. I mean, Davis Mills is probably up there with probably being the best in Texas, quarterback-wise.
Oh, God.
I'd say Dak just has a slight edge just because he has help. No. But I would want the Eagles next season to sign somebody like a. I don't think Cooks is. I would love Cooks on the Eagles. Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I don't think he's a free agent though. You'd have to trade for him. But you see what Mike Williams did yesterday. Mike Williams would be the perfect complement to Quez Watkins and Devontae.
Yeah,
perfect.
I mean,
7 catches, 118 yards, and a touchdown yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Brandon Cooks had another 1,000-yard season. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he did it with Davis Mills as his quarterback.
There's only one season where he didn't do that, and that was 3 years ago in LA when he got hurt. But he's had a 1,000-yard season every year besides that in his rookie year. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 6 1,000-yard seasons. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he did it on how many different teams? 4 different teams now.
3, 4. I think 4.
Rams, New Orleans, Patriots,
and
Houston.
LA. Yeah, Houston. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
He could do it for the Eagles.
Oh, wow. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, Greg. No, I don't think we're getting Watson.
No, I don't want him. I don't. Too much baggage, too much. He already said he didn't want to come here.
I mean, the guys that say we don't want Antonio Brown, are they saying we don't want Deshaun Watson too?
No, they would get on their knees and start begging. Please, Mr. Watson. You can touch me all you want.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's put
Speaking
up
of
a
that,
lot.
speaking of that, what do you think about the Steelers making the playoffs?
I think it's fake. I think the two teams that should have made the playoffs played last night, but that's neither here
Dude,
nor
that would
there.
have been. I'm still upset that we couldn't see a Chargers Chiefs first round. That would have been insane.
Yeah, I mean, I think Herbert would have given Mahomes a run for his money.
Yeah.
I love Justin Herbert. I think Justin Herbert's not my favorite player in the league after what I saw yesterday. Definitely has a future.
He's a
Between how many young quarterbacks out there right now? I would think Herbert, Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lawrence. I mean, the future's bright for the quarterback position in the NFL, and Herbert is going to be right up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that'll be a conversation for another time. We got a playoff game coming this week. Let's do our top 5 teams real quick, and then we will do our predictions for Philly at Tampa Bay, 1 p.m. this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, Dan says Adams and Williams will probably be franchise tagged. Yeah, if that happens, then I go out and I sign Allen Robinson, and then I draft Jameson Williams in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
And then that takes care of your receivers position this offseason. That'll be best case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe take a flyer on Chris Godwin if the money's right, but if it isn't, then
yeah. I mean, I don't really like signing a guy who just came off an ACL. That just, I mean, you're going to draft somebody potentially who has an ACL, but
yeah, that's true. But we also drafted a guy that just had 4 out of the last 5 seasons ended by injury, and it seems like he's holding up.
You can debate that's a more demanding leg wise than a wide receiver. You know, like being a lineman, that's literally all it is.
I mean, you're always pushing off or pushing forward with your legs, and he's been able to hold up this year. Yeah. I don't know how long he'll be able to hold up. I knock on wood that he will be able to hold up.
Yeah.
But
he's turning out to be a good pick.
I mean, you even look at Brady. Brady had a torn ACL at some point in his career.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that's different for Brady, though. That would be like if Brady was able to run. Like, Brady was never able to run. Brady was always a pocket passer, so I don't think that injury like that is such a huge deal for a guy like him just because he's such a pocket passer.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. All right, top 5 teams.
Yeah, he'll also be a great pick. I mean, anybody on this field right now would be a great pick in the first round, Matt. Mm-hmm. I agree with you on that. I think you're going to choose 2 of them. I think you're going to choose 2 of them in the first round, unless you get Sauce Gardner or Linderbaum from Iowa. But you got to get one of those guys that are on the field right now. You have to. But all right, top 5 teams so far this year. By the way, Son, no, I do not want Calvin Ridley. I don't need him. We don't need him. There's plenty of other talent out there. I don't want to use a first round pick on him. I don't want to use a second round pick on him. I don't think I want to use a third round pick on him, to be honest. I want guys that are able to stay on the field, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want guys to just leave the field when shit's hitting the fan. Now, I know it's hard to say when it comes to mental health, but that's what it seems like happened. It seemed like shit was hitting the fan in Atlanta. His mental health wasn't there, and now he wants out. I don't want that in an athlete, you know?
Yeah.
Like when shit was hitting the fan for some of our athletes here, yeah, they went and got help. And then they came back, and they made the team better. They made themselves better. It's not what Calvin Ridley did. I kind of see Calvin Ridley just running away. That's not a competitor in my eyes. But that's just me. Yeah, we could have a different take on it, but that's just what it is.
You're right.
Wow, Mr. Wing, turning on your guy just like that. Yeah, Georgia just scored a touchdown. They just had a monster run for, I think, 70 yards, and they just punched it in now. So now it is 12-9, almost 13-9, Georgia. Alabama's coming back, though. All right, who are your top 5 teams?
Number 1, I got the Packers. I think the Packers are just such a hot team, and they've been consistent all year because of Rodgers.
Yep.
Um,
I agree.
number
Everything you just said.
number two, I say the Chiefs. Same thing, kind of with them. They had their issues, but they actually resolved them pretty quickly, and then just ran away pretty much with the AFC. Besides, they got second, but they've been a hot team. Also, the Rams, hot team, been one of even though they did lose that game, I feel like they weren't trying to put too much into it.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
mean, they
feel like
came
as soon
out
as
on
they fall,
fire. They
yeah,
came out on fire and then they just stopped, you know?
yeah. I mean that happens. Um, number four, I got the Bucks. I got the Bucks. I just think like the whole season wise, I do have the Bucks for this because I feel like they've been pretty consistent all year too with what they have. I mean, with what they have now, that's a different story. But all year they've been a pretty tough team. Um, that's going to be kind of crazy to say, but number five, I got the Bills. I honestly think the Bills will be up there. I think that was a fluke. Those Josh Allen, Josh Allen's still Josh Allen. He will produce. I think in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, they just what they lose in the AFC Championship last year. They can easily make it back.
Yep.
Honestly, I could see them
Um,
making it back.
so you got Packers, Chiefs, Rams, Bucks, Bills.
Yeah, that's a weird one, but
That was exactly my list. They beat
really,
it exactly to a T.
oh my gosh.
But I let me take out the Bills just because they've been inconsistent this year.
Mhm.
I think maybe they have a chance to rub it off, but I think the Bengals are on the rise, dude. I think they played for nothing in Week
I mean,
18.
they're inconsistent. You can argue they're even more inconsistent.
Yeah, but they're
Same thing with
hot
the
right now.
Chargers. Same
But they're
thing with the
hot right now.
Chargers. Yeah, same thing with the Chargers. They're a very similar team. The Chargers and the Bengals. Um,
Yeah,
that was
I
just
mean,
that game in the middle when they played each other. Weren't the Chargers up by like 2 touchdowns at one point?
yep.
And then like that was just that season in a nutshell for both of those teams. Like just coming off very cold, and then like I don't know. And
No,
now there's no Cowboys in this top five, so
oh no,
don't
sorry, Molly.
you don't even think top 7.
Oh no, for sure, no, no, they're fake. I have the 49ers better than the Cowboys right now.
Mhm.
I just don't like the Cowboys.
Yep.
Like they've had just as easy as a schedule as the Eagles.
Mhm.
They haven't really beaten anybody.
Nope.
I think the only two teams that they've beaten that were above 500 are the Eagles. Well, the Eagles twice, if you want to count yesterday
Mhm.
or Saturday, and then you got the. Did they beat the Chargers?
Yeah, I think they did, yeah.
All right, so then you got the Chargers, and then I believe
They
that's
didn't
it.
beat they didn't beat the Rams, right?
They beat the Saints. They beat the
Saints.
Saints.
I mean, the Saints were a good team. They weren't a good team. I feel like they would have definitely been the worst team if they did make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Any team would have been, like, salivating just thinking about playing them. But,
yeah.
I don't know.
This is why Molly's a real one. He's a realist.
Yeah, thank you. Please.
Molly, who do you got? 49ers or Cowboys this week? And are you afraid of the Cowboys? Or are you afraid of the 49ers?
What is your prediction of that game?
My prediction, I think that the 49ers run it down their throats.
I think 21-13. The 49ers win.
I
You think
think
it'll be a high-scoring game?
yeah, I think it'll be 34 to 23,
Mhm.
22, 34 22, 34 25, something around there.
Yeah.
Cowboys 34-30. I mean, I think it will be a high scoring game. I just think that the 49ers are red hot, and I think the Cowboys are totally into themselves right now after putting a 50 burger up against our third string players. So Uh-oh. Is Howie using those binoculars to see what JJ Arcega-Whiteside put up on the field on Saturday? That was just atrocious. Single-handedly.
How the hell did he miss that? That was probably worse than the Rager one. That was up there with the Rager one.
And also about Rager, 2 catches on Saturday when you play the entire game in a game that didn't matter.
Oh my god!
Like, come on, dude, get open, get a clue.
He was getting locked up.
Getting locked up against who? Trayvon Diggs didn't play.
I know. I don't know.
Anthony Brown, I'm gonna give up a touchdown. Didn't play. They had their 3rd and 4th string corner in, and he still couldn't produce.
Oh my god, bro!
Like, it's sad that Quez Watkins, who was drafted in the same draft as you, 5 rounds later, is producing more than you. John Hightower is producing more than you.
Yep.
Jesus.
I think he's gonna be traded this next draft.
What are we gonna get him for? We're gonna trade him for Carson Wentz?
Yeah. You'd like that. You'd like that.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Because every single show would be, oh my god, it's Carson Wentz.
You would love that.
I would hate that. I would be tortured every single week.
Oh my god. And then him and Hurts can play that dual gadget stuff.
Oh, we're the Giants?
Yeah.
Or the Redskins. We're playing Brandon Allen and Taylor Heineke. We're playing Jake Fromm and Mike Lennon.
Yep.
That would be hard. I don't think I'd be able to watch football anymore. I think I would become a Chargers fan.
Oh my god. You don't jinx the Chargers' future, all right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, next thing I know,
Chargers,
freaking
the
Justin Herbert's going to turn
Chargers
into Carson
fans
Wentz.
are going to come after you.
Hey, one of my good friends is a Chargers fan. He was hilarious last night. Hilarious. He was slobbing all over Justin Herbert yesterday. He was like, I don't even care what happens in this overtime. Justin Herbert is my guy. Carson Wentz could never. And I'm like, why are you still talking about Carson Wentz? Mr. Wing, I'm telling you, I would not be able to handle the torture. Like,
he'd be sipping out of his Ben Simmons sippy cup. He'd be like how Howie Roseman looks like right now. He's like,
you know how it was in Carson's last season last year. Like, we weren't a part of A2D radio yet, but you know how it was. It was torture every single day. Somebody new just texted me about Carson Wentz. I couldn't take it anymore. I literally couldn't take it anymore. Got kicked out of so many group chats because phones would just blow up all freaking day, and I wouldn't stop talking because you know me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do it again. I honestly would not be able to handle Carson Wentz in Philly again.
Man. No, you love it. Come on,
I would hate it. I would absolutely hate it.
Up, man. You would eat it up. That's the future right there.
Alabama's about to score. Drop.
Ben Simmons sippy cup. That's what it is. Yeah.
I don't think he's being traded.
I feel like, all right, the best case scenario for this week is if Ben gets traded and the Eagles win. I feel like that would make my year.
If you got to pick one, what are you picking? Wait. Let me make it better. If it's Ben for Dame this week or an Eagles playoff W.
I take Ben for Dame, yeah. Over Eagles win? Yes.
Wow.
What? Jimmy.
Wow.
Jimmy, we're not beating the Packers. We're playing the Packers in the second round if we beat the Bucs.
How many times have we beaten the Packers at Lambeau?
That doesn't matter. That was with the GOAT.
They choke in the playoffs every year.
Wentz. What? No.
I'm taking
that's a good question. That's a good question. Would you rather have the Eagles win this week or have Ben be traded for
Is he talking to me or talking to you? Because I want an Eagles playoff W. I can really care. Like, we already know what we're talking about with Dame. We're probably trading Ben and Maxey for Damian Lillard, and we're not
All
guaranteed
right,
a title.
hold on. You just said Ben for Dame.
All right, but it's going to be the whole package. So what's
Oh
going to
my
be in
God,
that package?
you said I'm crazy. Nah, man.
It's an Eagles playoff W. That means we get another week to talk about Eagles football. What are you talking about? Like I hear you. I hear you. But we're not guaranteed a ring with Damian Lillard.
We're not guaranteed anything this season
Yes,
either.
but it's Eagles playoff football. You get it once a week for how many weeks in the year? 20 at least, or at the most?
Nah, man.
You're
That's a good question. Dude, if you ask that on Twitter, I bet you it would be 50-50. It would be 50-50.
Look, I'm only saying Eagles playoff a win over that because I don't think we're guaranteed a title with Dame. And we only have him for what? 3 years?
3.
And this is what the crowd will say. I just want Ben out of here already. I think that is the main reason why people would say they want that over an Eagles playoff W this week. You only get one thing to happen. You can have Ben Simmons out of here this week, or you could have an Eagles playoff W this week. And when it comes to the Ben Simmons trade, you're getting Damian Lillard in return. Which one are you choosing? I am choosing an Eagles playoff W 10 times out of 10, just because you're not guaranteed a ring with Dame, and you're probably going to lose Maxey in that trade, and you get to talk football for at least one more week. It gets no better than that, because you could go 1-0 for the next 3 weeks, and next thing you know, you're playing for a Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium. Now, I know that that's just being a hopeful optimistic, but
yeah, but I'm not like that. So go ahead. You can answer if you want.
No, it's fine.
I'm not gonna pressure you. What? I'm missing a year.
I'm taking an Eagles playoff win. All right, even if it's not Dame, I don't think he's going to miss the rest of the season. But even if it's not Dame, you get a superstar. You get a superstar like Bradley Beal. Maybe fuck around and get Trae Young. I don't know. But apparently Atlanta is in for Ben Simmons. So we'll see what happens. I think people are so stubborn and so hell-bent on just getting this guy out of here that they'd rather have him traded today than see an Eagles playoff win. That's the only reason why I posed the question. And I think you're on the side of you're so hell-bent on getting this guy out of here. Am I right?
I'm not hell-bent. That's the thing. I'm not hell-bent on that. I just like to see someone like that caliber in Philly with Embiid. I don't know.
I think Tyrese Maxey can get to that caliber in 2 to 3 years.
Maybe.
Because once Dame's contract is up, Tyrese Maxey can be beginning his prime at 23, 24 years old.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's a good question, though, still.
Yeah. All right, let's do our predictions, and then we could do some Sixers live react to this last quarter, and then do some winners and losers. All right, what do we think about Eagles at Bucks? Let me see your score, offensive player of the game, and defensive player of the game.
Was that for this next game?
Yeah, for Eagles at Tampa Bay.
Offensively, I mean, I don't want to say the obvious, but Jalen Hurts. I feel like that's just he has to be the guy. And then, like Darius Slay, cornerback, got to lock him down. Let's see some big plays. We need some takeaways too.
Yeah, I think if we get 2 takeaways, we're winning the football game.
Yeah. Yep. And if we can go no turnovers on offense, I think we'll be all right, honestly. I think our running game is just too good for that, though. I don't know.
Yeah. I hear you. What do you got the final score going?
I'm going to say Eagles 33-31.
Wow. You got us winning?
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Actually, no, but yeah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna be optimistic just for this game. I know it's gonna shatter me, knock on wood, but we'll see.
All
I
right.
think it'll be a high scoring game. Like
Mhm.
it could either be one of those really high scoring games, or it could be like literally Super Bowl 53. It could be the college football championship that we're watching right now.
Oh my God, I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that.
Yeah,
All right, I got
Jake Elliott.
yeah,
Offense.
right. I got my offensive player of the game. Give me Devontae. I think Devontae gets 7 catches, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
I think he
What
just
about
goes
Goddard?
abs. See, I think it's either one or the other.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's.
Jalen's going to be able to feed both of them.
Mhm.
I think Quez is going to get a, a very, very long completion, maybe like a 60-yard
Like
completion.
60-yard. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I was thinking. Like maybe like 2 receptions for, or no, I'm gonna say like 4 receptions for like 80 yards or something. I feel like they're gonna have a big game receiving. Honestly, I feel like Jalen Hurts he's not gonna be afraid to throw it.
yeah. I mean, I hope so. I think Devontae's going to have one of those games. I think Quez is going to have like 3 catches for 72 yards.
Yeah,
Uh, Whoever the running back is, I think running backs get 2 touchdowns. I think Jalen walks in the end zone with a touchdown. I think the final score is going to be 38-35 Eagles.
yeah.
I think that Derek Barnett is going to have a strip sack. Yeah.
Just like Brandon Graham did.
Yes.
Wow.
I think Derek Barnett has a strip sack and Milton Williams picks it up. And at that point, the game will be 38-35, and then we'll be able to just run out the clock.
Wow. That would be beautiful.
Book it.
Yep.
1 hour and 27 minutes into the show. Go back to it at this time, and that's what the game's going to be.
Where's Fletcher Cox gonna be? Is he gonna be hurt or
Um,
still good?
I would like to see him make an impact. I don't really like slandering Fletcher Cox just because I think he did a lot for this organization. And when people say that he does a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet, I think that's true. Now, is that worth over $100 million? I don't know. But we will see if he can make a difference on the stat sheet because that's what
Yep.
everybody looks at.
Yeah. I think Sweat has a big game.
Yes, Sweat could have a big game as well. But I think Derek Barnett's going to make that final play in the fourth quarter
Mhm.
to shut it out. So I would say 38-35. I say Jalen has a rushing touchdown. I say Scott has a rushing touchdown. And maybe Miles, if he plays, Miles will finally get a rushing touchdown. And then I think Devontae has 2 touchdowns. So that's 35 points right there. And then I think Jake gives us a fourth quarter field goal. 38-35.
Good.
Hurts throwing over 300.
I could see a 280 or
Yeah,
250.
I could see a high 200s because I think Devontae is going to have at least 125. I think
Mhm.
Quez is going to have 70 something.
Mhm.
And then you go from there. Maybe running backs have some. I think Jalen Rager gives you absolute dog shit because that's what he is, dog shit.
Mhm.
And maybe Goddard gives you like 40 something yards, 3 catches,
Mhm.
40 yards. So yeah, maybe close to 300 for Hurts. I think he proves me wrong. I think he proves me wrong for what I've been saying all year. I think he gives me a consistent game from first quarter to fourth.
And then you have to buy his jersey.
Yeah, if he wins a playoff game, if he beats Tom Brady and he does it by doing it with his arms, I will get a Jalen Hurts jersey.
And you have to
I,
burn your Carson Wentz jersey on film.
I'm not
No.
burning it. I will give it to Goodwill or something. But
Yeah.
all 3 of them, my White Eagles jersey, my Green Eagles jersey, and my Colts Carson Wentz. I can't believe I have a Colts Carson Wentz jersey.
Dude, that's bad. That's
It
bad.
is bad. It is really bad. Um,
I say we just do it on a giveaway to a Colts fan or something.
oh my God, I don't know any Colts fans.
Thanks, Jimmy.
So yeah, Shane. from today, I think the Chiefs will beat the Rams in the Super Bowl.
That's the Super Bowl that we've been waiting for the last few years. The
Yeah.
Rams Chiefs.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted. What, the year after we won? Yeah,
Yes.
Rams Chiefs.
Yep. And it ended up being Brady. Remember Brady? Another fucking fake game at that AFC Championship game when
Yeah.
they called the guy offsides, the
Yep.
Chiefs guy offsides,
Yep.
and Mahomes' first year as starter. That was horrible. Like, this guy's just giving a bone year after year after year.
Mm-hmm.
People forget. People just want to be blinded by the accolades and just say everything that everybody else says, but they don't want to use their own brains and like actually evaluate the fact that, yeah, the guy's great, but there's definitely outside factors that make him great,
Yep.
and it's not
Yeah, I
him.
agree. No.
So Alabama has the ball inside the red zone now off of that turnover. 13-12 Georgia, 11:35 left in the game. Yeah. So, all right, so those are my predictions for Eagles Bucks. What do you have as the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Bills cards. Um, I say Packers Chiefs. I just think that the Rams they've shown what can hurt them during the regular season. I just think that Matt Stafford he'll have to be the guy if they want to win. Honestly, he can't have any stupid interceptions or anything like that. But um, you know, I just think I think the Chiefs will take it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know what that will mean for Aaron Rodgers next season. They make it to the Super Bowl and lose.
I think he's out of there.
Where would he go though? Honestly, the
Here.
Steelers?
Here.
No, no, no thanks. No thanks. Damn, that's a big guy.
Yeah.
95. Oh my god.
Yeah, everybody on that defense is going to
They
be
got big
playing on
dudes.
Sundays.
Oh my god. They do not miss a meal.
Ooh. Did he get flagged for that?
No, that's not a touchdown. I think he hit him in the face or whatever.
Yeah, is that a flag for that,
Yeah.
though?
Yeah.
Oh, how did he miss? What's
Oh,
up, Bill?
Bill.
Jimmy and Evan, nice payday for me tonight. 5 stacks on. Wow. Told Rob and everybody on all the shows the under was the best bet ever. Yeah. Bill, that's a great play. I mean, I would have put some money on that if I had it. But, struggling college student over here. But yeah, if I was that confident and I had the type of funds to put the under on tonight, I would have done it. Just
Mhm.
because you know that Georgia wasn't going to be embarrassed by Alabama again.
Oh yeah.
Twice in a month. There was
Mhm.
no chance that Georgia would have let that happen again.
Yeah.
And you know Alabama was going to come out firing on the defensive side of the ball. So that was a great play. Great play.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a lucky turnover, but Stenson can't make that play. That you got to just eat that,
Mhm.
I think Alabama's going to have to kick another field goal. I don't think they could score against this team.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, down. I'm assuming there's a touchdown here.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, Dara, I agree. I want Tom Brady without all of his stars. Touchdown.
Yep.
18-13. Probably go for 2 here.
Yep. Yep.
Definitely go for 2 here.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do some what are the other games? Let's do some predictions for the other games and then we'll move on to our weekend winners. The sponsors. Here, I'll bring in. All right. Our game predictions, wild card weekend predictions brought to you by the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. Many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues. We are happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, please call 856-651-8117. Remember, always reach out if you need help.
Yep.
Alabama does not get the 2-point conversion, so 18-13. Always remember, fan up. Best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NFL contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use that promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points, which is a $50 value. Fanup.app. Best way to go with fantasy sports. And you can bring that into the playoffs as well. Also, remember, all campus, home of the kickoff show Sunday mornings with Rob Brinkman. Always check them out. All campus giving away 20% off of everything in the store, including hats, shirts, and our team cornhole sets to all of the subscribers. So make sure you check them out. All right. What do we have for Wild Card weekend? What is the schedule look like?
We'll start off with the Raiders and the Bengals.
Yeah, that's the first game, right? We're going to go in order.
Yep.
All right. Raiders, Bengals. The Bungles. Let me see the line first. Let me see if the Raiders have a chance at covering.
It has to be like 3.5. I better.
No, it's 6.5.
Ooh.
Wow. I might take the Raiders.
On that.
I might take the Raiders to cover on that one. I think that the Bengals will win that game 28-24. I have the Raiders covering, but I think Joe Burrow and that high-power offense is just going to be too much for the Raiders. I think the tip of the cap to the Raiders and their coach, Rich Pistachio. Great season by them, but I think the Bengals are just on fire. I also would not be surprised if the Bengals choke. I'm going to stay away from this game because every time I bet on the Bengals, the opposite result happens.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I would say Raiders cover.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I say the Raiders win. Or no, I say Bengals win, but I'm gonna say 27-24. I think like a last minute field goal.
Yeah, Molly Ball, we always appreciate you, my guy. For our sake, go 49ers. But if that's what this means, if Dallas and Philly both advance and we can make it to the NFC Championship game, I will cheer for that all the way.
Yep.
So
I don't know. It is kind of fun making fun of them, saying they haven't won more than 5 playoff games in the last 20 years.
Yeah,
that is kind of fun though. So,
what's up, J Love? How we doing today?
J Love got the Bengals covering.
31-23 covering. Okay. Will has the Raiders. Okay. All right. What's the next game, Ev?
We got Patriots and Bills rematch.
All right, and then the
Second
Patriots are getting 4.5. I would take the Bills, and I would take the Bills covering. I just think they have too much firepower, especially at Buffalo. So they're going to have that 12th man on defense.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the Patriots aren't ready yet to win with that young roster. I give all the praise in the world for Bill Belichick. I think he's the greatest coach of all time. But I just think that Josh Allen will be too much for him. And I got the Bills. I think that will be 2-1 now for the Bills on the season. But that'll be a hell of a game. But I got Bills.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Up next, we got Eagles, Bucks. We already talked about that one. We both got the Eagles winning, hopefully.
Yeah.
49ers, Cowboys, 4:30.
I mean, my Eagles fandom is saying that I want the Cowboys and the Eagles to keep winning so that they can meet in the NFC Championship game. Mm-hmm. But my football mind is telling me that the 49ers, based off of just the past, the Cowboys, until the Cowboys don't choke, I'm not going to be able to bet on them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to be able to do it. So I got the 49ers winning outright. I mean, they're getting 3 points right now. I got them winning outright. You know, I think they're just on fire. The running game is going to be out of this world. Deebo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk or freaking Jennings is going to just roast Trayvon Diggs. All you need to do is run a stop and go.
Yep.
And you beat him.
Yep.
So
I think that the 49ers will not only win, but I think they'll cover. I think they'll actually win by 1 point. I'm going to say that Jimmy G goes down and wins it for him on the last drive.
now,
That would be beautiful.
if Jimmy G wins a playoff game this year, are they sticking with him for next year as well, or are they giving the reins to Trey Lance?
I think they trade him. I think they trade him to someone like Washington.
Yeah. I mean,
Washington or the Texans.
Let me just say, like,
I don't know.
I think the 49ers are my second least favorite team in the NFL behind the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
I'd say so too. I don't like the Saints either.
I hate the Saints as well. They're my third least favorite team.
Vikings are up there, but I do like the Vikings more because of Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think it's more of a jealousy thing now.
the Giants are up there as well, but I hate the Giants just because of their fans. I don't really dislike any of their players. I mean, I'm okay with Danny Jones. I love Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
I like Kadarius Toney.
Dude, I love Daniel Jones. I hope they keep him forever. I hope they keep him forever.
Yeah, but when it comes to this 49ers team, I just feel like they treat all of their players like garbage. Like all of their players that like bring them to the promise. Like DeForest Buckner is a prime example of why I hate the 49ers.
They go and trade him the next fucking year.
They trade him the next year so they don't pay him. Like it's a smart move, but you're doing this like you've been winning ring after ring after ring. Like you're not winning anything and you're trading your best players instead of paying them. And if Jimmy G comes back after what happened over the past month and wins you a playoff game on the road and you end up trading him in the offseason,
I think that deserves another year, honestly. Like,
especially if he wins a playoff game,
an
away playoff game.
I'll honestly respect a Jimmy G a lot more if he goes and does that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like him. I think I hate him because he's a 49er, and I don't like his face.
I don't hate him. I don't really hate him, but I don't think that he's a great quarterback, but I would put him up in the top 20 if he wins.
Yeah.
Top maybe 15.
Yeah.
Would you say he's better than Cousins if he wins this game?
Yes, by far.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Kirk Cousins.
No, I kind of don't like Kirk Cousins at all. He's like the Phillip Rivers of like.
He caught that ball.
I didn't even see it.
Was that
commercial? The hell?
Oh, that what is his name? What's the offsides? Yeah, that's a touchdown. Wow, this game is turning insane real quick. Bill, what was the over? What was the over under?
Wow, what a catch.
That was unbelievable. That was a hell of a block by the running back, too, by Cook. Pickens. That wasn't Pickens, though. Was it Pickens?
No, it was Mitchell.
Yeah, that wasn't Pickens.
Wow.
A hell of a catch.
That's over 2.
I don't see number 19 making that catch on the Eagles.
I don't know.
I don't think number 19's ever made a catch in his career.
He's the best fumble recovery guy we got. So,
and I don't know what's worse, him celebrating that touchdown last year, or Jalen Reagor getting excited over a fair catch.
Crumbs.
Cram bomb. You're a cram bomb.
What's with them not able to get any 2-point conversion? See, this game's going to get good. I feel like it's definitely living up to it now.
54.5. So what is it right now? 19-18?
Yeah. No, they're not going to score another.
So that's 37 points.
Yeah. No.
2017? Nah, it won't happen.
No, I don't think 2 more touch. I think it may be 2 more.
I wouldn't go to sleep if I were Bill, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, no. Stay up.
Yeah. All right. So next game, Steelers at Chiefs, right?
Yep.
The Steelers are getting 12.5.
Wow.
I don't know. The last time they played, the Chiefs put on a fucking beating.
I can see that again though. Still,
A beating?
yeah. I think they just teach. They just like after the game, they're just gonna escort Roethlisberger right to the retirement home, right to his house after. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, thanks for coming."
I don't know. Their defense looks pretty good.
It was good, dude. That the play of the game, that was a great game too. At the end,
The Ravens Steelers?
yeah. Pat Fairmouth. He's what
Fryermuth.
TJ Hawkinson was last year.
Yeah.
He really is. That's what he reminds me of. But as far as the game goes, I think the Chiefs are gonna win probably like 38-15 or 38-20. I think it'll just be a beating. But that
Yeah.
one play by who the hell was it? Was it no, is wait, Fitzpatrick is on that team, right? Minka?
Minka, yeah. That
I
one
think
play
it
he
was
made?
by him. That one
Yeah.
where he broke it up from
Marquise Brown.
Marquise Brown. That
Yeah.
was a catch, and then he batted it right out. That would probably would have lost them the game if they didn't do that.
Yeah. That hell of a play. I think 12.5 is a lot of points.
That is.
But
Especially it's also like Ben's last game, probably. I mean, we're just gonna he's just gonna keep having okay games until he loses. I
I
think.
mean, is the defense going to be able to hold up against a Najee Harris?
I don't
I
think
mean, their
so.
offensive line isn't that bad. Ben's still kind of making the throws.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs win the
So
game, but I think that's a lot of points. I don't know.
yeah. Maybe they go and win by 10, I'd say. Like like the Chiefs aren't gonna the Chiefs are gonna go up big, but then they're gonna throw in some other guys just to
Yeah. I mean, if you want to bet anything on that game, I would maybe go with the under at
the
46 and
under.
a half.
Yeah.
I don't think 46.5 points are going to be scored in that game. That's a
Mm-mm.
lot of points for
That is.
in a cold Kansas City, but I would stay away from the spread.
Mhm.
If you had a
Lastly,
gun to my head, if you had a gun to my head, I would say Chiefs 12.5, but
mhm.
I don't know. I would say
Yeah.
under to be safe. Yeah.
All right. We got
But I
next
would
one.
stay. I'm not. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not betting on that game.
No. That
Maybe.
one and the Raiders game that like it's so hard to judge because just the Bengals, dude. They've been so inconsistent,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they've been on fire the last few weeks. But
I
they were
would
also
do.
on fire in the beginning. So
I would do Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown, and then I would do. I would do Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown.
that's fair.
If you're
Yeah.
betting anything on those games,
Mhm.
but if we're just doing outright, I say Chiefs win, Bengals win, et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
I don't think it was a 50 burger, Will, but it was a lot to a little. I don't
Mhm.
think it's going to get past 46 points, though. All
Yep.
right. And then we got the Monday night game, right?
Yep. We got Cardinals Rams NFC West title or not title but showdown.
Showdown. Cardinals are getting 4 points. Oh, man.
Dude, I say the Cardinals cover, but they lose
Really? You think it's
by
going to be that
3.
close?
Yeah, yeah. I think Kyler Murray balls out with
Yeah, I
AJ.
think. Yeah. You think Zach
I don't know
Ertz?
that. All
You
right,
think Zach Ertz shows some magic and maybe steals a game?
maybe. I think the Rams do win because I Ramsey definitely is still the best cornerback in the league, no doubt. I
Yeah.
feel like after losing DeAndre Hopkins, it's just such a big blow for them, honestly, because now you have AJ Green getting guarded by Ramsey. I mean, they have other guys like Moore and Christian Kirk and all that, but like I still don't think that's enough.
Mm-hmm.
I just
I
think the
hear you.
Rams have too much. And the Rams, even though they did lose, their defensive line looked amazing yesterday.
Yeah. I
Aaron
mean,
Donald and Von Miller, they're a problem. They're gonna be a problem.
Yeah,
for some
Aaron
teams.
Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd. Yeah, they got a bunch of guys.
Nope.
But yeah, I think Cooper Kupp has 12 catches for 130 yards and a touchdown.
Mhm.
I think the
You think he goes over 100?
yeah. I think the Rams will win 27-21.
Mhm.
27-21. I just think, like you said, D Hop, huge blow. But, it is what it is. Yeah, and that'll round out Wild Card Weekend. Zach Ertz would be huge on this team right now. Ryan,
Yeah.
huge. But, we had to get rid of him, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm. Damn.
all right. So, Bill has Cardinals versus Green Bay. Bill, I just think that the Rams are just going to be too much for these teams. They just have too much top tier talent on the defensive side of the ball. They have too much top tier talent on the offensive side of the ball. And Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, Cam Akers came back miraculously. Sonny Michel, and all Matt Stafford needs to do is just take care of the football. Tyler
Mhm.
Higbee had 2 touchdowns yesterday.
Yeah, he looked good yesterday.
And like
Yeah.
what you said earlier on in the show, it seemed like they let up.
Mhm.
It truly did seem like they let up.
I think they saw the Cardinals were kind of struggling, and they're like,
They went to a vanilla offense.
yeah,
So
to make sure nobody else got hurt. I think.
yeah, but then you also
So
got to look at it this way. Would you rather play the Saints or the 49ers in the playoffs?
yeah.
Now, I would say much rather play the Saints
Mhm.
and play Trevor Siemian since Taysom Hill can't stay on the field.
Yeah. Wow.
But I just think that I love Cooper Kupp. I think he should be in the MVP conversation more than he already is right now.
Yeah.
And then you got Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, who made one of the best interceptions I've ever seen
This dude
yesterday.
was flopping the ball up, and that was great.
Yeah.
I wish we had him. I wish we did.
Yeah.
But there was it 2 first-round picks for him.
Yeah.
That's kind of a haul, though.
I mean, they haven't had a first round pick in years. I
Yeah.
don't think.
No, they haven't. Wow.
I mean, but look, they've still drafted Cooper Kupp. They've drafted Robert Woods. They've drafted Cam Akers. They've
Mhm.
drafted guys on that defensive side of the ball. Darius Williams. They drafted all these guys, and all of them are stepping up. Like, if you are a good drafter and you can make solid draft picks when you have a limited amount, trading all those picks are fine
Mhm.
because you're in the playoffs year in and year out.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, I think the Rams are making it to the Super Bowl, to be honest. So, but yeah, all right. Let's go off to the last segment of the show because I got a lot of losers and I got a lot of winners this week. So,
Mhm.
all right. Weekend winners brought to you by EXP Realty. Looking to buy or sell a home? Looking for a change in career or brokerage? Contact Alan Forey of EXP Realty LLC at 302-682-8820 or visit him at alan.foy@exprealty.com. All right. And then also check out all of our new playoff t-shirts. We got t-shirts, hoodies, all of your A2D merch at philliesdrinkers.com/pages/A2D-radio. I mean, I got my Minshew t-shirt, been rocking that all year. It's awesome fit, very comfy. We got the shirt that Chucks loves, Running Backs Matter. Check all those t-shirts out and more. I think we have a playoff t-shirt dropping this week, so make sure you keep an eye on that.
Mhm. Yep.
Also, one last thing. Let's just praise our members a little bit. You know, little emblems that like Don has or Bill has. You can do that. Become an A2D member. $9.99 a month. Perks include appearances on the shows, members only streams, shout outs, and of course, you get your money back with this with the weekly sports picks from Nate Moss of Money Pot Podcast and Willie Vegas of Agree to Disagree Sundays. So check them out. Check all that out. Become a member. Do great things.
Yep. Do it. Do it. All right, who's your first winner?
All right, my first winner. All right, my first winner, obviously Justin. We'll leave Justin Herbert out of it just because of that, but just because I've been praising him all show. But let me just say the Raiders and Chargers game to begin with is the winner, just because I think everything about Week 18 was just fugazi. It was just a bunch of players trying to reach records, just fake records because he got the extra week. That's all Week 18 was up until last night when everything was on the line. And I hope more games are like that in the seasons to come, where these Week 18 games are like what they were yesterday, a win and you're in scenario.
Yeah.
Or a tie.
It's the fake records and the incentives. That's what it was.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
the incentives.
The incentives, the fake records. It was hard. Honestly, it was hard to watch football yesterday, with the exception of last night.
Yep.
I know that the Steelers were a good game because the Colts lost, and now they're all of a sudden in the playoff mix now. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that game yesterday is definitely one of my winners for sure.
Yeah.
And if you want to just go right back to that game, my losers, Staley, head coach for the Chargers, single-handedly lost them the game. I don't know why you're calling timeout. I don't know why you're going for it early on in the game at your own 20 on fourth down. It's just horrible. Just horrible head coaching, and I would fire him today. I would fire him today.
Yep. My winner for this week is probably going to be the stroke of luck of just the Steelers. I mean, they went in with like a less than 5% chance of making it, and they made it happen. Honestly, I did not expect that at all. And like they had a rough season too with all their injuries, Juju out, all those other dudes. But I guess I give the major props to Ben for just winning that game, making it to the playoffs one last time. And I guess he'll be one of my winners.
Yeah, definitely. Another winner, I got the Titans. I know we said it on earlier on in the show. Just everything that they've been able to do to get this extra week off, to get Derrick Henry healthy, and for them to be able to have a home playoff game with Derrick Henry probably almost 100% healthy. It's going to be a huge win for them. Huge win for them. So I'll give them another shout out.
You know, I'm gonna in the losers list. I know you already said it, but I'm definitely gonna put just the Chargers in general. I feel like both teams would have been losers if they tied that game. Your divisional rivals. There should be no ties. You shouldn't have an intentional tie. Like I know the stakes are high like that, but you never go for a tie like that. Like that's just boring. Like
I don't know, dude. I was kind of pissed off when the tie didn't happen because I thought both of them deserved to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the fact that they just went head over heels to try and get into that to get that last playoff spot, the both of them together.
Yeah.
I think I think it was fitting for a tie. It's not like they kneeled the entire game.
Yeah.
They played their hearts out, both teams.
Just imagine how funny it would be if that same scenario happened, but we're just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just gonna beat the Cowboys and win by a field goal. Like that would be the funniest thing ever. That would honestly be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
If we did that to the Cowboys. But I don't know. Another winner I got. I'd say whoever just NFL fans this week. I feel like it was just one of those weeks. There was a lot going on, a lot at stake. So it was a fun week to watch football, nevertheless. And the loser, whoever bet this week on some of these games, like because you have to actually know what the hell you're talking about or doing.
I definitely learned my lesson. Definitely learned my lesson.
New
Wow.
member?
New
Wow.
member. First time ever on the Flight Zone we get a
Yeah.
new member. Galvin. Welcome to the
Welcome,
family, Galvin.
family.
You will get all of your perks. Remember, Galvin just became an A2G YouTube member. We appreciate you, brother. Remember, yeah,
Wow.
we got our members welcoming Bill, Don. We got it.
Yep.
Galvin,
That's
you're
it.
gonna get a bunch of perks, my guy. A bunch of perks. And I know Tommy's. I know with the new format that we're going to be having, we're going to have a new stream system, so it's going to be easier to have members on the show. So the appearances on the shows are going to be easier. You're going to have your members only streams. It's going to be like around the horn esque. Obviously, going to get shout outs. You're going to get your jersey giveaways. I think eventually it'll probably be ticket giveaways.
Mhm.
And of course, you're going to get your weekly sports picks from Nate Moss and Willie Vegas. So welcome to the family, Galvin. Appreciate you, my guy. I just love to inspire people. That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So
Very inspiring.
I'm a very inspiring person.
Carson Wentz, Ben Simmons apologists. Unite. Just keep going. Who do you got winning?
For what?
Or who more winners of this week?
Oh, okay. I was in the middle of a point, but I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Did a lot of talking today. I mean, you got to say Georgia. Whoever wins this game, they're gonna pull it off.
Yeah.
They're obviously gonna be the winner. I mean, we
I
got
feel like Georgia. If Georgia wins, it would be a bigger deal. Honestly.
now. If Georgia scores a touchdown here and it's 26-18, do you have Bryce Young driving down the field
No.
scoring a touchdown?
I feel like their defense has been too good all game for that to happen.
All right, touchdown.
Wow. So, Georgia or Alabama fans down bad. They were just had their heads down.
Yeah, I'm calling it. Alabama's marching down the field. They got 3 timeouts. It's gonna happen.
Wow. Georgia's actually going to win something. Wow.
Yeah.
Bill's going to be mad when this goes into overtime.
Yeah, if it goes into overtime.
And then they kick a field goal, it'll still be under if they do that. If they score a touchdown and then there's a field goal, so there has to be a touchdown.
Yeah, but you know the overtime rules. If you score the field goal, it'll get to 55 points, right? That means
Yeah.
that you'll
Wait,
have
is it over under 55.5 or is it 57?
it was 55 and a half, I think.
Yeah.
So Bill cannot see a touchdown in a 2-point conversion on this drive.
Wow. Who the hell is he calling? He's calling his mom.
Remember those memes? That's the first time I've seen a phone on the sideline in a long time.
Since what? Since Shannon Sharp,
Yeah.
the Navy, called the
I mean,
Navy.
back in what, like 2011 era, like 2012 and below, they still had phones on the sideline before they got the tablets.
Yeah.
But
Wow. No, I hope no, just for your sake, Bill.
All right,
Be a
let's see what
tough day
happens.
at work tomorrow if that happens.
Let's see. Let's see what happens on this drive, and then we will head off. But right now we got 26-18. Georgia is up with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left.
Wow.
Let's pray for Bill that this game does not go to overtime.
You know what? I'm gonna say Bryce Young interception for a touchdown, and then they go for 2 because they know Bill is bent against them.
All right, let's see. If we get another member by the end of this drive, Alabama's going to tie it. Let's put that juju in the air.
Yeah. Who wants to be a member? Who wants to be a member? Oh, sorry, my finger slipped. I'm actually a member. Damn it. Oh,
my shoulder's destroyed.
wow, Brooks is skinny. He's literally Devontae Smith.
Damn.
He got crushed.
He got destroyed.
This might be over right here. I mean, they still got 3 timeouts, but
All right, let's I'm turning off the chat so it's not spoiled. Well, I'm just showing a different portion.
damn, man.
Is this another Justin Herbert-esque drive?
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
He was
They're
wide
driving.
open.
They're driving.
He was wide open.
Is Kirby Smart going to choke again to his master?
Oh, that was good.
26-18. I got 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 15 seconds left.
2-minute warning.
No 2-minute warning in college.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Why did I just notice that?
I don't know.
I really haven't been watching that.
I noticed that like a couple years ago. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Oh, look where they're playing. Look behind the football.
Yeah, they're playing at Carson Wentz's home,
Nice.
right?
Yeah. Why isn't there a 2-minute warning? I don't get that.
I don't know. I guess they already make enough money in the NCAA that they don't need another TV timeout.
That's true.
It's rugby shoulders, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'm like 15 seconds behind you. That would have been a tough catch.
That would have been picked. That was almost picked. He threw the double coverage.
I mean, it's tough to score on this on this Georgia defense. I mean, they got 11 guys that are going to be playing on Sundays. Honestly, I would use all 3 picks on a player from this defense.
Yeah.
If we're being real. They're at the 44-yard line. Uh-oh. Oh, he choked. You got to make that catch. He's probably exhausted.
Oh, he almost made that.
Yeah. Oh, you got to make a better effort than that, my guy. They are down to their 3rd, 4th, and 5th string wide receivers because Mechie's out and J-Mo's out.
Whoa. Wow.
Oh. Go
Didn't
down.
I tell you? Didn't I fucking tell you? I should do sports betting, honestly.
Oh, shit.
He got fucked up. That guy got fucked up.
That's Ronald Darby vibes right there.
Dude, he got killed.
Wow. What a way to clinch it.
They're going for 2.
Oh, yeah,
They're going for 2, Bill. I'm playing.
What was the over under?
55.
55,
55.
54 and a half. There you go, Bill. Have a good one, Bill. Congratulations on the W.
What if Alabama goes down the field and then scores a touchdown?
There's no chance. I
Like
mean,
a
if
sophomore
they do, then
tomorrow morning.
yeah. Wow, good for Georgia. Good for Georgia.
What
Hail
was he
Mary.
thrown to? That literally looked like something
What
you
a
would.
way to end the game. That's just unbelievable.
Oh my god, that guy got fucked up. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's just running out of gas. Remember, Bryce Young is, I think, sophomore now, so he's still got a
Yeah.
year or two to develop. But he'll definitely be a top 10 pick when his time
Yeah.
is right.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart jumped really high.
I'm saying, I'm gonna see right now. Will, yeah, Bill. It's gonna be funny because they're gonna run into the end zone, but no one's gonna care because everyone's gonna run on the field. I think that's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
Good for Kirby Smart too.
Yep.
Hell of a game.
Bryce Young looking like the fake Jalen Hurts on the sideline. Does he have a better arm than him?
Who, Bryce Young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Bill,
know.
Bill, they need one more touchdown and you're screwed.
You better stay up. There's still 54 seconds. I could see like a straight touchdown, like just nobody caring. He went to Bob Jones University. Bob Jones. Damn.
All right, you got any obviously winner Georgia now. Hell of a moment for
Oh
Stenson
yeah,
Bennett too.
big Georgia W.
Stenson Bennett and Kirby Smart crying all over each other. You love to see it. Oh, that's not even Kirby Smart. I just saw a guy with a visor.
Kirby fart.
That's a good one, Don. Get the drums out on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy line. I can't believe that I can't believe Georgia was favored by 3.5.
Oh, dude, Alabama's actually trying to score. They called a timeout.
It's gonna be the longest 46 seconds ever.
Oh yeah. This is literally going to be like the last drive of the Eagles Super Bowl. That's crazy.
Don is a big Jim gonna be there at Michigan next year?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Damn.
Their running back is gigantic.
Yeah.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Don,
Yeah.
I think Harbaugh is going to the NFL. I truly do. Oh,
Scott Moss.
Yeah, I honestly am praying for Bill right now.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, a petty touchdown's going to happen.
This might get real bad real quick.
Dude, that's only been 9 seconds. Jesus. And they went 40 yards in 9 seconds. Jesus.
Yeah, Dada, we said earlier on in the show that Flores wanted Herbert and ownership wanted Tua. And obviously ownership got what they wanted. And our guess is after what happened last night, Flores may have said something to ownership saying, look at what we missed out on. And after that, he got fired. That's what I think may have happened, but I don't know. There you go. 2nd and 10. There you go, Bill. Have a good one. Go fly, Eagles fly, Bill. We'll see you next week. All right. Well, it's safe to say that Alabama choked against Georgia, 33-18. We won't say that's the final yet. Maybe Alabama will score a touchdown, but either way, we appreciate everybody. Remember, show is always brought to you by Manscaped. Cowboy fans, make sure you get your Manscaped because you need it. You get 20% off and free shipping with code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
I feel like the Cowboys fans unlocked way too much confidence.
We always appreciate our new members, Galvin. Appreciate you becoming the first ever new A2D member of Flight Zone. First time we ever got a member here, so we appreciate you. Don, you're always welcome. Remember, any of our members, any of the members are always welcome on the show towards the end of our segment. Any segment, honestly. If you ever want to talk to us, just let us know. We will send you the link. We will DM you the link. So make sure you check that out. And remember, we are brought to you by Manscaped. Everybody have a great rest of your week. Go Birds. Hopefully the Sixers can maintain this win streak. And it's somewhat of a good day to be a Philly fan. So fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. We appreciate everybody. Have a good one.
So